Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are all doing well. Today, the title says it all. We are going to do a chit chat, get ready with me for the Wizkid concert whilst I answer some of your questions over on Instagram. Definitely go and follow me on Instagram if you want to be a part or if you missed out on sending in your questions. That's where I usually ask for question requests. But I really wanted to do a long overdue catch up with you to tell you where I'm at in terms of kind of closing my company down and where I've been at physically, how I've been losing. Oh, Renee's calling me. Hello?
Howdy, miss.
Hey.
Good?
I'm still at the office. I just finished getting ready.
Wow.
I know. What's going on?
Nothing. I literally was just checking on you to see if you're all good, man.
Where are you?
I'm literally just going in now.
Okay, so it hasn't started.
No, it hasn't started. Wizkid is on at 8:30.
Oh, fantastic. I'll be there by then. Great stuff. Okay, fab. Okay, I'll see you very soon.
I will see you, miss. Enjoy.
All right, I'm going to send you a selfie. You should send me one too. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, see you in a bit.
All right, bye, miss.
Bye. Great news, Wizkid has not come on yet because my God answers prayers. What was I saying? But yeah, basically there's a lot that has been going on in my life and I wanted to catch you up on all of it. Let's get into the catch up, Q&A, conversation, hair, makeup, all of it. I'm not gonna lie, we are running late. If you could see this setup right here, ooh child. But tonight I am going to Wizkid's Made in Lagos London show. His first London show actually. It's Sunday the 28th of November. Oh, my wig, the wig that I'm gonna be wearing today. I'm gonna start off by putting that on. I'm not going to lie, I am very late. Doors open at 6:30, it's currently 6:05. Not dressed, not nothing. So let's actually sort that out. I've already cleaned my hairline with alcohol. So that should be kind of ready to go, but I just need to put some foundation on my lace. So the first question is, what's the best thing you've achieved this year? This year has been a good one, can't lie. It has been a really restful year as well. And having taken a break from work, I kind of only had like one goal this year, which was to rest. And I'm not gonna lie, like it's been absolutely amazing. I'm very shocked that I was able to kind of take a back seat, not kind of get very, very anxious about the fact that, you know, I'm not working as much as I usually do. And, you know, where am I gonna make money? Things like that. So it has been a blessed year. I think the biggest accomplishment has to be To My Sisters live show. Like the last 1 year of building To My Sisters as a podcast, as a sisterhood community has honestly been the best time of my life. Like I would say highlight of my career so far, highlight of my creativity so far, like the highest point of my kind of pursuing, really creating something that I've seen in my heart for a very long time. And it has been beautiful getting to do that with my best friend. And it was beautiful getting to meet all the sisters. So the live show was basically like the culmination or the, what do they call it? The pinnacle of that, like having this vision of a sisterhood community all around the world and then finally getting to see, even though it was just in London, like finally getting to see all the sisters who have been listening to us for the last 1 year, who have been really rocking with us, who, you know, kindly shared how we've been able to impact their life. It felt completely surreal. Like the last live show, the first live show, which happened in October 23rd, like what an actual blessing. I would say that has been my biggest achievement so far. Let me take these earrings off as well, by the way. I don't need these getting in my way whilst I'm putting this wig on. But yeah, I'd say that was my biggest achievement. Wait, yeah, the best thing you've achieved this year. That would be it for me. Let me just flip this wig onto my head, one sec. I haven't put a frontal wig on in so long. I'm like trying to figure out how to do it. This is a CDB London wig. This is a Nicola wig, which I recently made for myself. Next question, biggest life lesson of this year. I think my biggest life lesson of this year has probably been, money isn't everything. Like basically, do not waste your life grinding. Like I was working super hard in 2020 and I've done a few videos actually recently talking about toxic hustle culture and how I fell into it and what I learned from it. But my agenda this whole year was really to rest and like find this new pace and new relationship with the concept of working and business and entrepreneurship and hustling. And this year has taught me more than ever, you need to slow down in life. Like I was really letting life pass me by, and it was damaging my friendships, damaging my relationships, damaging my health. And slowing down really meant that I could see the extent of that damage and how unhealthy it was. Yeah, like my biggest life lesson has been to slow down. There is more to life than grinding, working, money, hustle. And let me let y'all in on a little something. Basically at the beginning of the year, when I, heard, I was praying into what 2021 would be after I had come back from my holiday in Ghana. And when I heard God said rest, and I decided to kind of take that quite radically, I was a bit anxious because obviously I'm self-employed. And at the beginning of 2021, well, at the beginning of every year, child, I have never had savings. It's something that I've kind of struggled to do. And since I left uni, I had savings in uni, about 2-3K, which I think for a 21-year-old is quite good. And basically invested all of that into my business. And my business didn't take off straight away. It wasn't, making loads of money straight away. And so I definitely wasn't on a full-time income for a really long time. I feel like I basically over bleached my knots in this area. So I feel like here is looking kind of light, but whatever. Yeah, I basically wasn't making money for a really long time. And that meant that for me, I didn't have savings. And at the beginning, it didn't really matter to me. But as I got older and, I'd have friends and conversation with my friends, about, did I just stab myself in the forehead? Ow, these scissors are very sharp. But we would have conversations about career and future plans. And obviously I want to buy a house and do all of these things. And I, had to let my friends in on the fact that, your girl don't have no savings. And so when, God told me your word for this year or your thing for this year is rest, I was just kind of I ain't got time to rest. I ain't got no savings, have no life savings to my name. Why am I resting? I got goals. And this year I can, really testify on the goodness of God, has been the most money I have made in a year since graduating in my career. And that is a massive testimony in itself because, having my first 6-figure year, my company's been running for 3 years. Over the 2 years, we made 6 figures, and then I was able to make 6 figures in a single year from my, businesses. That's mad. That is actually mad to me. And I was super thankful for it. Doing this with a mirror that's super far away is actually hard. This is a challenge. I haven't worn a frontal as well in months. Have I worn a frontal this year? I think the last time I wore a frontal was the To My Sisters podcast shoot. The first one, which we did in October 2020. So it's been forever. I came into this year, no savings at all. And now I've got 5 figures worth of savings. As somebody who overspend, let me not claim that for myself now because I've changed. As somebody who used to overspend and really struggled to save and was kind of always, I wouldn't say I was always in debt because I wasn't. I only got a credit card very recently and stuff like that. But for somebody who never had savings, basically, it's been a massive jump. And that jump happened in a year where I probably have worked the least I've ever worked since I was 14. Honest to God, that's a God thing. That is sitting back and letting God take care of you. And I'm so thankful that, I had faith and God really showed me that He is a promise keeper and He is a provider and He's the keeper of those who diligently seek Him. I've been trying my hardest. I'm definitely not perfect, but I've been latching on to what God has been saying to me and stepping out in as much faith as I can. And it's been paying off and I'm so thankful for that. So yeah, biggest lesson of this year, slow down, let God do the work. I remember actually Transformation Church, Pastor Mike Todd, it's been 11 minutes, I haven't even glued down my wig. He has a series called, is it Grace, the Pace of Faith? Siri, this is not your time to shine. I'm gonna need you to relax, sis. Pastor Mike Todd has this series on Transformation Church. I'll link it down below, called Grace, the Pace of Faith, I think. And it's a great kind of insight into what I have been experiencing over the last year, which is moving at God's pace and realizing that God's ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. And he is also the owner of time and every resource under the sun. And because of that, yielding to him and giving him permission to kind of move in your life actually gives way for things that don't actually make sense to you to happen. So like, to me, you know, if I'm trying to reach massive financial goals, the sensible, logical, well, I was about to say logistical, the logical thing to do is to up my grind, you know, work more hours, do harder work. Yet this year, literally everything paused, slows down. My company wasn't open for more than half of this year. Well, I would say my company wasn't open for about 4 months out of the year. And yet your girl has savings now. So yeah, guys, grace, the pace of faith, tap into that. Can't lie, it changed my entire life. This wig is not okay. Anyway, trust the process. How did you know it was time to close CDB? Okay, so if you don't know, recently I announced that I am closing down my company. And how did I know it was time? At the beginning of this year in January, I was feeling very exhausted, but also kind of uninspired. Well, to be honest, this started in November 2020. I was feeling extremely uninspired by CDB London, and it felt like it was kind of in my way, that there was other things that I wanted to achieve and that I wanted to do, and I wasn't being able to do it because CDB London was in my way. And I didn't want to feel like that anymore, but obviously I felt like this is my job, this is what I do, so how can I just be like, yeah, I'm upping and going? That doesn't make sense. So when I came into this year, I told myself, okay, I have two options, right? I can optimize my business to start running without me so that it gives me the freedom to do what I want to do, but still have the company running. Or I have to should I do the baby hairs now? Should I just do it later? Let me pull them out now and then I'll do them later. Or I just close down the business, and I chose the latter. So I decided to close down the business to be honest, I was going back and forth. So I've had these ideas since January, and I guess what made me realize, like, okay, it's time to just close it down rather than keep running it. That only happened very recently, when I was planning out, obviously in prep for 2022, I have been planning out, okay, what do I want my life to look like? And CDB London is in it, but it's not in it in the form that it's in currently, if that makes sense. And I made peace with that fact that, you know, I have a dream, but the form that this takes is not where it's at currently. And I thought to myself, okay, do I have the capacity and the desire to push it to where it needs to be so that it can become what it's meant to be, if this makes sense? And I realized no, like there's other things that I want to do right now. I want to focus on so many other talents that I have, so many other gifts that I have, that honestly and truly, every time I approach CDB London stuff, I'm eye rolling, and I don't want to have that perspective to my work. And also customers do not deserve for me to have that perspective to my work. I'm an all-in kind of person. Like, I wasn't giving my all to CDB, and that's when I realized my heart's not in it, so I got to take myself out of it, even if it's just for, no, I don't need you to sabotage me now. What's going on? Why are you spraying all over the place? Okay, this frontal's looking all right, but I don't know what's going on over here. Also, my nose is dripping. It's not COVID, I promise. I took a lat flow test. Maybe that's it. Maybe the lat flow test is making my nose dribble, but I realized if my heart's not in this, I need to take myself out of this. And that's exactly what I did. So, and I took time to really pray, and I realized seasons have changed for me. I feel sad that I wasn't able to get CDB to the point where it could work without me. But that has been the biggest lesson for me as a entrepreneur, which I've had to definitely learn the hard way. And I'll put that approach to whatever comes next in my life, because I definitely know, like, I love business and I love building stuff, etc. But there's a way to build, if that makes sense, that, you know, I didn't tap into for this company, but I will do for my next one. So yeah, I'm so thankful for the journey though. And that's basically how I knew that CDB London was basically just done. This concert, actually, the doors open to this concert in 5 minutes. Okay, we're doing the quickest beat ever. We gonna make it look cute though. How did you break through the fear and start the hustle? So I'm not really sure the specifics of this question, but I'm gonna assume that you mean, like, how did I break through the fear to just start, like, the things that I wanted to do. So like my business, or start YouTube, or just start my side hustles when I was doing them, like even to start like TMS, and just basically start the things that you see and plan for yourself. So I personally think I am not somebody who stays too scared for too long. Like recently I have found myself, oh, I'm gonna mess up this beautiful Ruka scarf. Let me just adjust some things, one sec. Recently I had found myself being a bit like, oh my God, what is gonna happen, but I am genuinely a risk taker. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm not the sort of person to jump out of planes. I actually love my life, but I am somebody who, I actually want to kind of venture into the unknown just to see like what does God do, because I think that's the most exciting place. I am more of like a high risk investor, and I think the biggest bet you can ever make is on yourself. And so yeah, like I don't personally struggle with that. I do like do the mental battles of like the going back and forth, but I kind of just weigh out the pros and cons of, okay, if I do this, what's gonna be the results? If I don't do it, what's gonna be the results? And for me, being disappointed in myself is one of the biggest cons ever. Like, I don't want to regret anything. I don't want to feel like I could be living a different, better, more exciting life for myself, and I didn't choose it because of fear. I think fear is actually a bad reason to not do things that you actually want to do. And so, yeah, I just do it. Like, I just get out of I think with fear, like, just don't negotiate with it. Just if you know there's something you're meant to be doing and you don't see any other reason why you shouldn't do it apart from fear, and you're kind of just making excuses about it, just try it. And the worst that can probably happen is you end up where you are currently, right? You're gonna be all right. Like, you can't keep dwelling on what if this, what if that, the negative. Start asking yourself, what if the positive? Like, what if you succeed? What if it thrives? What if this is, you know, the thing that helps you achieve all of your dreams? Do you want to let that go because of a little bit of fear? Like, fear ain't never said sorry to nobody. Do you get what I mean? And yes, fear is like a natural human feeling and stuff like that, but sometimes it's just bondage. Like, yeah. So just jump into it. Why are you closing out your company? Didn't feel like I liked it anymore. What's the next after your first company? Absolutely have no idea. Really waiting on God to really show me that. But also, I'm just really enjoying the freedom. Like, the freedom of being able to work on smaller projects at a time, rather than my whole career and this is what I do now for work. Like, actually being able to say, I think this is cool, gonna work on that for the next 6 weeks, 1 year, 3 months, whatever it may look like, and then move on to something else. And I think that's a really like amazing, privileged and unusual place to be in, and I'm just going to soak that up, because I think this is the best time for me to actually experiment with my gifts and talents, and my abilities, meet new people, try out new things that I may have never even thought of doing before, and really let my ideas come to life rather than being boxed in. You guys know, like, one thing I used to struggle with a lot was finding a niche, and I think this, where I am right now in terms of being in between like careers, or not knowing exactly what my career is actually a great place, because I don't want to fit in a box. Like, I really don't. I would happily jump from thing to thing just to know that I'm trying out everything I would like to. Like, I went to that Netflix workshop that I was telling you guys about for The Harder They Fall, and James Samuels, who is the director, I think he's the writer and producer as well of The Harder They Fall, he was asked the question of, well, what would you go back and tell your younger self? And he said, you know, I wouldn't go back and tell my younger self anything. If I had the chance to meet my younger self again, I'm gonna need them to tell me some things, because a lot of us actually lose our dreams, get more fearful, and just become more limited the older we get, because we allow ourselves to kind of become confined by reality and be realistic and blah blah blah, when actually when we were children, that's when we dreamt the biggest, that's when we laughed the hardest, that's when we had the least worries. Like, and yeah, obviously you have to step out of, you know, being a child. That season gets done and you have to grow up, but there is that essence of childlike faith and dreaming, and that boldness that a lot of children have to just think that they can do whatever they want to or whatever they put their mind to and actually just go on and do it. And I'm now in a place where I'm trying to embrace that childlikeness, that childlike dreaming, going back and thinking about the things that I used to imagine when I was younger. Like, literally, guys, when I was younger, I used to think about like owning loads of different homes, traveling the world, getting most of my income like really passively. You can see where my head was at when I was young. But yeah, like, okay, if I made passive income, I could travel the world, go to wherever I want, eat what I want. I used to write songs and I used to write scripts and plays and shows, like scripts to shows. And I used to love that. I really did. Like, I remember once I wrote a script, like a fully fledged script that read like a story, if that made sense. So it wasn't like a proper script that you would hand to any actor, but it was like laid out as a script. So as you were reading it, it was basically just dialogue back and forth. And that was what was helping people like understand the story. And I remember keeping it in like this folder that had like plastic wallets. And one day, one of my school friends saw it, because I would usually write in it like, I don't know if you guys had registration, which is like 20 minutes before all your classes actually start, where you just get registered into school and stuff. So typically they would just make you read during those sessions, but I decided I was gonna write. So I would write that script and obviously do it when I got home. And one of my friends saw it and she was like, what's that? She took it from me aggressively and she read it, or she started to read it. And she was like, firstly, I'm keeping this because I need to finish it. And secondly, this is great. So she literally read it. Then everyone in my friendship group wanted to read it. Then everyone in my class read it. And it was just a good, juicy story. And I want to go back to that. Like, I actually really love storytelling, which is why I'm not shocked that like the most popular videos on my channels are my story times. And I know a lot of you have been asking for that actually to come back. But guys, I'm telling you, I don't have as many stories as you think. Like, there's a reason why I told those ones. They're the most juicy things that have happened in my life. Everything else is just traumatic. Don't know if that makes good content, to be very honest with you. So yeah, what is next for me? Really and truly going back to that inner child and doing whatever comes to mind and pushes me creatively. That is what I am doing, really pushing myself to be creative more than anything. Like, I think it will be a while before I have a product-based business. I really want to focus on creating content that really shares my story, my journey, and also actually taking the opportunity, now that I actually have savings, not having to work so hard. Like, I'm actually really looking forward to being able to rest, travel, take care of my physical body. As you guys know, I'm actually on a weight loss journey and I've already lost 10 kg, which I'm super proud of myself about, but I've got a lot more to shift. So what is that in my eyebrow? So I'm looking forward to actually being able to do that, because I'm not gonna lie, this gym life, it is tiring. Next question, your weight loss journey. What a great follow-up to what I was just talking about. So I basically asked Renee, the most fitness, not obsessed in a negative way, but the most knowledgeable about fitness person Renee is the most knowledgeable person I know on fitness. Like, she knows the most about fitness and how to not just lose weight, but to do it in a very healthy way. Like, Renee, she's already said this, she's a self-professed nerd. So she knows a lot about a lot of things. And so I've been wanting to lose weight pretty much all my life. I cannot remember a time where I did not ever feel fat. So obviously, like, since primary school, kind of being bullied for it and all these other things, I've always wanted to lose weight, gone about it sometimes in the worst ways, And I wanted to, now that I had like this year of resting and I had a bit more time, I thought, oh, I can actually divert a lot of my attention to my health. In 2016, I got diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, aka PCOS. And it pretty much was tough, because one of the things that my PCOS diagnosis helped me understand was why I was holding on to so much weight, why I was struggling to take off weight. But also, unfortunately, it revealed to me that I am more susceptible to developing diabetes, and diabetes already runs in my family. So one of the things that obviously my GP and, you know, my parents were very worried about was, sis, you need to get this under control because you're overweight, you don't eat very well, you don't exercise, and this was my concern as well. And now you've got something which is actually making you more likely to have diabetes and other issues, and obviously the biggest one being infertility issues. And I want to be a mum one day, so that was scary. I cried. And so, yeah, I decided this year would be the best year to kind of learn more about my body, learn more about my health. But because I knew I had PCOS, one thing I know for sure that people with PCOS need to do is keep their stress levels low. But obviously exercise is a form of stress. And so I kind of sat down with Renee to think for myself, like, what would actually be the best way for me to lose weight, which also works with my body, knowing that I have PCOS. And we kind of came to this conclusion that I should weight train and I should also ramp up my metabolism, because my metabolism seems to have gone on annual leave forever. So we kind of came up with this plan for myself, and we've been tweaking it. And yeah, your girl has been losing, like I said, 10 kg. I've lost 10 kg in the last 5 months, which is good, slow and steady progress for me. And this is the first time I've been able to lose weight, like, in a really long time. And yeah, like, I decided that I was going to weight train and just eat wholesome foods. Like, I'm not on keto or anything, God forbid, because I don't want to limit anything out of my diet. And the idea of eating like ground beef and cheese and butter for my entire diet doesn't make sense to me. Sorry if you're on keto, I'm sure you love it, I'm sure it's working for you. God bless your efforts. Like, God bless, do what works for you. But for me, no thank you. And also, like, looking at the concept of functional fitness, like, as somebody with PCOS, and I know a lot of PCOS people are on keto, and I'm not knocking it, but it wouldn't work for me, because that kind of restrictive diet, I just know I'll go wild. Like, imagine never being able to eat a carbohydrate again. I am African, it's not gonna work. So I kind of had to start weighing up for myself, like, what is a sustainable weight loss method for me? And I realized that actually, in terms of exercises I enjoy, I really love weight training. My frontal is not laid down properly at all, so this is going to be interesting. I really enjoy weight training. Like, I love the repetitions, the progressive overload. Not hate, but I don't like cardio. I can't do it for a long time. So it's not sustainable. And literally this whole year has been me thinking about sustainability and sustainable working, sustaining my energy, like all of it. And so obviously I took that approach to exercise as well. I don't want to do anything that I'll just stop in 5-6 months and then put all the weight back on, because I don't want to walk, 6 miles every day. But if that works for you, then that works for you. Obviously, like, weight loss is quite simple in the grand scheme of things. It really is just calories in, calories out, like. And for me, I just made sure that my diet was optimizing that. Like, I'm on a high protein diet, keep moderate carbs, moderate fat, well, low to moderate fat. And what else am I doing? I'm drinking a lot of water, which is why there's been like a drastic change in my skin, and eating majority whole food. So I've stopped eating as much like fast food and junk food like I used to, but from time to time I will still eat it. Like, I'm not on a very restrictive thing. I am tracking my calories. That is the biggest thing I'm doing on my MyFitnessPal. I track my calories pretty much every day of the things that I eat. And even when I eat out, I track that. I track my macros. Like I said, I'm on a high protein diet. So just making sure that everything fits my macros, fits my calories for the day. That is pretty much what I have been doing, and it's been working. And I'm looking forward to what 2022 actually holds for me, because I do have some like actual fitness goals. Also, somebody who I've watched who really helped my weight loss journey so far has been Ashley. I think it's Ashley Sayku. I think so, but I'm gonna put her YouTube details and Instagram down below. But she's also on a weight loss journey, and she's she's weight training as well. And she said something in one of her videos which really inspired me, and I've kind of adopted it as one of my goals now, which is she wants to be an athlete. And in the spirit of, I would want to try my hand at everything. So I'm trying to really like pile on this blush. In the spirit of I want to try everything and see what I can do, I too want to be an athlete in some capacity. It's mad because I'm definitely a UK size 26. I can't run for the bus. Well, I'm getting there actually. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what that actually looks like. Like because I think exercising has been quite meditative for me, and it's shocking because I felt like I was going to hate it, but it's actually been quite fun-ish. And so, yeah, it's still been challenging, but challenging in a good way. And it's made me feel so proud of myself. And I think that hustle and that grind of like entrepreneurship is always, this is way too much highlighter. That hustle and that grind of like entrepreneurship is great and stuff, but I also want another place to kind of challenge that desire to see progress that isn't just attached to my work, because I think work can get very intense. So yeah, fitness has been that place for me, and I've been loving it, I can't lie. So I'm gonna keep pursuing that. I'm definitely not an expert on any of it. And so I'm kind of hesitant to share, because also I just won't want to put too much pressure on myself. But if you do want to see more content about fitness, fitness life, and this kind of journey that I'm on to losing weight, definitely let me know in the comments, because I would love to share that part of my journey with you guys more so next year, and kind of share, yeah, what's happening with my body and stuff like that. Because I think finding my confidence at the gym, being a fat girl in the gym, but also really enjoying it, trying new sports, trying to be consistent, trying to find a new relationship with food, because I definitely was an emotional eater, and I still am to a degree. And so trying to kind of take myself away from like binging and kind of offloading or just eating my feelings, that has been a journey in itself. So if that can help anybody, I will be happy to share that part of my journey. If you ever find yourself stuck for like what eyeshadow look you should do, just put your blush on your eyelids. Put your blush and your bronzer on your eyelids and you've got a look. I am telling you, I have been doing this since I was 16. It has not failed me. Like, yeah, I always hear like, oh my God, your makeup is so nice. Your eyeshadow is so nice. Girl, the reason why it ties in the whole look is because everything that I've used on my eyes is also on my face. My blush, my highlighter, and my bronzer all go on my eyes. And it just helps to bring the entire look together. So I've used my blush in my crease. I've put my bronzer on my eye because it's like a darker brown color. The blush that I'm using is Marley, Chem Beauty Marley, which is like a burnt orange because my top is orange. And I am now going to use my Estee Lauder highlighter, which I just used. So where are you? Where's the highlighter? Why have I lost it? How are you really doing goals in 2022? I am really, really good. A lot of things in my life are currently changing. I'm excited about all these changes, but it's also just very like crazy. You know, I'm shifting career and I'm doing other stuff, which are crazy. Like I've dreamt of these things kind of thing. So yeah, I've done this massive wing, didn't intend to. That's gonna be interesting with my lashes. Okay. No, why have I done such a big eyeliner wing, please? What is wrong with me? Okay, whatever. But yeah, mental health is in such a good place. Like this year, resting this year, best thing I could have done. Okay, let me stop talking because I can't do it with the eyeliner. Time for some lashes. What are my goals for 2022? Be as creative and as bold and as confident as possible in every area of my life. I'm trying to get like some serious body confidence. I'm trying to be as, you know, creative in my career, like working on creative projects, pushing myself to kind of enter into a new like level of creativity. I'm using these Eyelure lashes in, maybe they're called Dramatic, the number 126. Basically, I don't have any lashes and I had to pick up something from Boots, and these look the most like what I would actually wear, but the band is thick. I don't know why it's got such a thick black band, but anyways. Yeah, so yeah, those are my goals for 2022, and I have other ones which I'll probably share. I'm just gonna measure this on my eye. Oh, perfect. I've got more which I'll probably share. If you want to see a goals video, let me know. I think you're very wise, beyond your years, and well spoken. What do you credit what do you credit this to? The wisdom, Jesus, I'm not going to lie to you. I really think it's just like a gift, but also I'm a very like reflective person. I ask a lot of questions to loads of people. I've learned a lot from other people's lives, their mistakes. I'm always learning. Oh, so convenient to have these pins right here. I'm always learning from people, and I'm always asking people about their story. And I think stories teach you a lot about life, because there is nothing new under the sun. And so learning from other people's journeys and stories, I've always loved it. Like I've always, since I was a child, I've always asked questions. I think that's always been my love, even for education. In terms of being well-spoken, naturally I'm a confident speaker. Like I'm quite good at it, but also I've got the gift of the gab, I'd say. But also being a reader and being like a listener, you guys know I don't like reading physical books all the time, but I do like listening to audiobooks, listening to podcasts. So I listen to a lot of things. That helps to expand your language, your range, and also being around people who talk well as well. Like it helps you. I think the more confident you become, and also finding your voice. Like you don't have to sound like anyone else. You probably don't sound like me. You won't talk like me. You don't think like me. And knowing how to express that and being confident in the expression of your own voice and your own way of thinking makes you a good, well-spoken person, I think. How do you stay consistent on social media? Love your content. Oh, sis, girl. You ain't been around here for long, huh? I'm not consistent, especially on YouTube. I'm trying my best to get there. Have been consistent actually with To My Sisters, and that has literally just been because A, having a passion for it, B, feeling a responsibility for it, and actually planning and sacrificing. Like every Sunday I will come home from church and edit the To My Sisters podcast. I'll probably work on it for the whole evening and go home at about 10 p.m. It's just a sacrifice, and I do it and I like it. It won't be like that now though, because that was like unsustainable. But I think what got me through that was I thoroughly enjoy what I do. It's definitely 7 p.m. This concert is starting in 8 minutes, and I am sitting here putting on my lipstick. So there's that. Ayodeji, I beg of you, please do not come out on time. Please. For my sake, for my sake. I'm actually gonna put on a little bit of lip gloss before I put on my lipstick. The thing that has kept me consistent with TMS is also being accountable to someone else. Obviously, TMS is me and Renee's podcast and community. And now there's so many sisters all around the world who are expecting content, who are actually benefiting from this and have made this an active part of their week. Can't let them down. And having that genuine sense of, if I don't keep up with this, I'm gonna let people down, you know? That has definitely helped, I cannot lie to you. But I'm definitely going to be focusing a lot more this year on becoming a lot more consistent and better at that. My close friend and I clash a lot. Is it because the friendship isn't meant to be? Tried addressing it. Okay, I'm not sure where the part 2 of this actually is. Listen to the podcast. We talk about friendships all the time, and I don't know this particular circumstance, but you know, sometimes if you are clashing a lot, it is an indication that maybe you're just not meant to be journeying together. But also sometimes it's an indication that one of you is being challenged. And sometimes that challenge is actually making you into a better person, but only you really know which of the two it is. Like discernment really is key on this one. I'm always quick to tell people, like, don't be too quick to give up on relationships, because relationships really are meant to shape you. So don't end them lightly. Like, really think about what's happening and really assess your own motives and your own character. Like, this is entirely too far out. Like, I should have snipped this on the end, but though I do not have time to reapply this lash, I'm sure Wizkid is not going to see me from my seat. What is your favorite thing about life right now? I really love that I'm radically pursuing becoming the best version of myself. Like, my career-wise, I'm taking a lot of risks, and I think younger me was a bit more like, I'm scared, I'm overthinking this, I'm really mindful of what other people may think of me, what does society expect me to do, blah, blah, blah. But right now, I'm just very like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. God, where are you sending me? What are you telling me to do? I'm gonna do that. As hard as it may be, like I've actually entered a place of not being carefree, like I wouldn't say that, but being a bit more confident in myself and my ability, confident in God, confident in what my life has in store for me. And I love that for me. Like, I really, really love that. Also, I think this is the best place I have been financially ever. And that has come with a lot of freedom and a lot of joy, I won't lie. And so, yeah, like, I'm loving that right now. I'm learning a lot more about like personal finance. And as somebody who doesn't come from a wealthy background, deciding that you want to be the one to like, enter into a new level of maybe wealth or a new level of freedom when it comes to your career, and actually pursuing a career that is because you enjoy it rather than because you have to do it, that has been really freeing, number one, but also quite scary. And I'm really enjoying the fact that I actually am in the position to be able to, these baby hairs are entirely too long. You guys know I'm not even a baby hair person, so I don't know what I'm trying to do here. These are entirely too long, Courtney. Oh girl, no. So yeah, I really love that for me. I love the freedom that this is coming with, and yeah, I'm super excited to see what it comes with in the future. So I'm trying to pull out some of these baby hairs because it's too much. It's just too much. It's stressing me out a little bit. Okay, I definitely pulled out some of my own edges. To be honest, for someone who hasn't put on a frontal in a long time, this is looking kind of cute. I'm gonna tie it down one more time. I'm just gonna put a little bit of bronzer actually on it, just to darken up that lace a little bit. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm gonna miss like, am I gonna miss like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, one thing I'm definitely looking forward to is other people doing my hair. Like, that's one thing I haven't been able to have for a long time because I'm a hairstylist. Like, I've been a hairstylist, so obviously me doing my own hair has always been my best marketing, but now I don't have to do that anymore. So I'm excited to like, so I'm trying to find the headscarf. I'm excited to work with stylists and kind of see what other people will do on me. Like, okay, let's see if I like this look first and foremost. Oh girl, I look cute. I look so cute. Was this worth being late? I don't know, maybe it was. Maybe it was. My lace is looking kind of light all up in there, so I'm just gonna, like I said, I over bleached my knots, so the knots are like bright blonde. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Okay, all right. I'm liking it. I haven't got like glammed in probably since I did that last Chit-Chat Get Ready With Me actually, and even for that one I wasn't going anywhere. So this is the first time I'm actually going somewhere and getting cute. Okay, I'm gonna go and put on my clothes and come back. Actually no, let's bang out some of these questions. Masters question mark. Am I going to do a master's degree? Yes. When am I going to do it? Probably sooner than I even think, because I've seen a course that I actually really, really like, so we'll see where that goes. How do you get motivated when dealing with depression and feeling lost and confused? So I go through swings of feeling like uninspired, feeling completely lost, and one, I pray. I often get to that point when I haven't prayed for a long time, or I've kind of just let my spiritual life kind of slip. I pray, I remind myself of the promises of God, his thoughts towards me, how he made me, who I am. I remind myself of who I am. I give myself affirmations, and then I try and do something which inspires me. So firstly, I start off with like self-care. I clean my space, because usually in a like time of depression, I feel like you let your space go, but your space is one of the biggest things that like impacts your mood. And so I clean up my space, and I kind of give myself a task. So I feel like productivity for me kind of snowballs. As soon as I've done one thing, I kind of feel that sense of accomplishment and those endorphins, and I'm like, I want to do something else. So I will clean, I will do the laundry, I will cook myself a nice meal, I will go and get groceries, I will do something that makes me feel accomplished. I'll go and work out, I will do something like some admin that I have been putting on off, even if it's like sending one email, I'll do that. And then it makes me feel like, oh, that wasn't as hard as I've been telling myself it will be. Let me do everything else. And you kind of feel that sense of, oh, like I'm accomplishing my to-do list, I'm being productive. Now I can actually direct that energy towards something that I really want to do. So like work, I'll create a video, I'll do some To My Sister stuff, I'll think about ideas and I'll jot them down and get myself excited towards work. And that's how I get out of those cycles. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm really liking the way my makeup and my hair is looking. Why is my nose dripping? I am not 4 years old. Stop that. Okay, let's get ready and actually come and answer the rest of these questions. Okay, we are all done. I just need to cream my hands. Guys, I really think I look nice. Like, oh my God. Sometimes I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I really think I look cute. Anyway, God, we pray to you that this front will last in the O2 arena, because the last thing I need is a lifting wig. I'm not gonna lie, these shoes were fighting me to put on. These are some boots, like some really heavy, chunky boots from ASOS, actually. I got them like maybe 2 years ago. But like, they're really nice. These are the first time I'm wearing them though. They're super comfy as well. I tried them on for the first time yesterday and they are super comfy. Did my hair come out how I want it to? Yeah. Super nice, simple, curled bob. Yes, I'm wearing this top from Pretty Little Thing, actually. It's a bodysuit and I've tucked it into these jeans, which I literally bought today from New Look, because the jeans I wanted to wear are not dry. I washed them yesterday and they are not dry. But these are super nice, like really nice. I hope I get a full body picture, but these are really, really nice. I have some flyaways, which I want to tame with some mousse. That will dry on my way. I'm definitely late. The concert has already started. It is about 30 minutes away from me, so that's not too bad, I don't think. Plus it's till 11 o'clock and I had work to do today, which is why I wasn't able to. I would fluff these out, but I have a suspicion that I'm going to sweat, so they'll probably just come off by themselves. I don't think they look too like thick or too like stuck down, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna leave it and just spray some hairspray in there. Oh, I know my elbows are ashy. I just know, so let me just cream that real quick. I don't even know if I should wear my Vitae watch, because this print is very loud and I'm not like a loud person. Like, I'm quite a simple person. So I think I'm gonna wear this gold ring, which is from ASOS. It's like this bubble ring. And then put on my hoop. I always wear these hoops. I got these on ASOS as well, but I do not think they are ASOS brands. So I'll put them in the description box for you to read, but they are like the perfect everyday hoops, perfect size, super comfortable to wear. Yeah, this is my watch. I feel like my watch would be too like chunky to wear with everything. So I don't know how I feel about that. I could do it, but I just feel like there's a lot happening with me right now. And like, I'm just not that kind of person. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it on. If anything, I can take it off and put it in my bag. One thing I definitely need to carry with me, my beauty sponge. Do I want to take my powder? Because I don't want my powder to smash. My beauty sponge, lip gloss. I'm gonna take the Revolution lip gloss and, oh no, actually, I'm gonna take the NYX Buttergloss in Madeleine. Yeah, Madeleine. I could take my mirror as well, but I don't think it'll fit in my bag. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one. And the MUA Sheer Gloss in Can't Stop. And I'm gonna just lay them on top of each other. That, my sponge. I need my ID, and I've already got my lap flow test on my phone. I need to get my earphones, and yeah, that is it. I think we are ready. Oh, perfume. So I'm going to be using a perfume oil, and it is like a dupe for the YSL. It smells very similar to the YSL Black Opium. So it's a perfume oil, it lasts a little bit longer. Plus my Lancome Idole is like completely out. I know you're not meant to like rub it together, but also I do take some perfume oil, rub it in the palm of my hands, and rub it through my ends, like through the end, and rub it through the ends of my hair. Now, I know this is unconventional, but it has worked for me for a very long time. Because it isn't alcohol based, it means that my hair doesn't get dried out. It gets like a very nice shine to it. So I do that just to give my hair a nice scent, because you know how sometimes your hair can get like that straightener smell, like the heat tool smell. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it can just smell a little bit damp. I don't know. Final question. How has your faith helped with your insecurities you mentioned previously? You seem very centered and glowing recently. I have genuinely been the most happy I have been pretty much in my life in the last like 12, 11 months. And I think it's like what I said in the beginning of this video, learning to rest. And learning, like I've literally had this prayer point this whole year, God beautify me in every aspect, like not just externally, but like, you guys know my nose is trying to sabotage me, but like in every aspect of my life, beautify me, make me wise, make me beautiful. And I have been trying my best to realize that I actually I wasn't made for stress, I wasn't made for struggle. And I don't have to put myself through any of that. And I don't also need to, I used to think that my life would just always be painful. And I think, you know, as great as you can smile and you can laugh and stuff like that, if you've made a decision like that in your heart, that life is always gonna be painful, life is always gonna be traumatic, I'm always gonna be the result of these key things that have happened in my life which are negative, and you kind of carry that shame around, it shows in every aspect of your life, like in the way you do things, in the way you look, in the way you carry yourself. I decided to put all that shame down and start to really think of myself in a new way, in a new truth. And I think that's what's made me feel so happy, but also look it. That has come with a whole bunch of healing, and that healing has come through prayer. That healing has come through going to the healer, which is Jesus. And yeah, my faith has been the reason why I've been so confident lately. I've been so peaceful and so happy and just basking in the love of God. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. There's nothing I've been able to do, nothing anyone has been able to do for me that has always been consistent, because as human beings, we are fallible people, right? And that's why we have to learn to forgive. We have to learn to journey with people despite their transgressions and despite the ways that they may let us down. But one thing I've learned about God is he's not able to do that. Even in the things that you feel like he's doing that hurt you, it always works out for your good and better than you could have even planned for yourself. So learning to trust him has helped me so much, because I realized that there's a place I can rest and be safe. There's a place I can rest and feel like somebody is fighting for me. Somebody is working everything out for my good. Someone, not just here on, like, not just for my life here on earth, but for eternity, has worked and is working for me to have the victory. And that work is complete. There's nothing I can do to alter that. Resting in that truth, I can't lie, it's the best thing ever. It's highly recommend, 10 out of 10. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you come back to see my next one. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And remember to give it a thumbs up. I will talk to you very, very soon. I'm gonna go and shake a leg. Yeah. I'll talk to you very, very soon. And as always, stay beautiful and stay blessed. Mwah.